Hi, you guys are awesome. I just want to say a quick thank you if you commented on my video last week. Your feedback was really helpful and it really helped me refocus and center what I want this channel to be and what kind of content I want to bring forward. So here's how it's gonna go moving ahead. This channel was predominantly a fitness channel and I want to keep it that way. So this is a place for workouts and a place where I can share my favorite moves or exercises or breakthroughs with you, and you can follow along and get fit through YouTube. I love sharing my baby and my puppies and all of that stuff, but I post so much of that over on Instagram. There's no need to double up on all of that. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, that's where I post normal life stuff, and I'll continue to post that there and then keep YouTube primarily for fitness. So I'm gonna continue. Here's how I want to run this. I do want to record my progress and kind of do the whole journey thing, blah, 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 but I'm gonna do that at the end of each video. So each week I'm gonna have a follow along workout that you can do. And then I'll post a few things maybe of what I did that week later, like my meal prep, and here's a few other workouts I did, just like screenshot my whiteboard or something like that if you want ideas or if you're interested in that. But otherwise, if you want to just show up and do a workout, that information will be there for you first, and then we'll lollygag on for the rest of the video. So today we're doing an ab workout because that's what I really have to focus on being postpartum. I've worked with clients before on diastasis recti, which is when your abs separate, and I have just a tiny bit of that. I think I have about a finger's distance worth of separation, actual width between my rectus abdominis. Those are your six-pack muscles. But what I'm most concerned about is the depth. So you want a lot of tension there, and you want to build back as much tension through that linea alba as you can. So I don't have that. It's like when I put my finger there, it's like all the way to China. It's freaky. But it's not as freaky as some. Like I felt like 3-finger width gaps that just like, and you always measure this way. Can you see? This way, not this way. So if you have a 4-finger gap, that means you can fit 4 fingers in this way into your abs. So I have like just a finger of separation, but I'm still working really hard on trying to get everything to come in and together. I still feel that I cone and bulge a little bit outward in the middle, like a little shark fin, when I do much flexion. So I'm trying to avoid like big flexion. I'm trying to bring back a little bit of that because I'm gonna need that for aerial and for life. Even just getting up out of bed, I'm like, can I do that? It's hard. So I'm focusing predominantly on transverse abdominis, or your TVA, which is your abdominal muscle that pulls you out and in. And this is a workout that's gonna be really valuable for anyone anyway. We'll do a little bit of flexion stuff, but it's small. We're gonna do mostly TVA and a little bit of oblique work. It's deep, it's small, it's tightening, it's withdrawing. If you don't have diastasis recti, or you weren't pregnant, I heard her little sounds, then this is still good. It's gonna like shrink your waist and really give you that tight, strong core. And I found in my experience, it takes a little bit of practice. In fact, my friend I was talking to this week referred to it as Kegels for your abs. And I thought that was such a good way of describing it. It's just deep pulling in and contracting. So I am gonna just use a mat and a ball. This is a ball that it's Pro Body Pilates ball. This is the kind we used to use at the Ballet Physique. And then we got new balls and I snagged an old one. So you can buy these off of Amazon. I highly suggest you get one. I use this for a lot of stuff. It's great for squeezing in between your thighs, for putting underneath your back and your tailbone, and it's a really great tool. If you don't have this, you can use a pillow or a rolled up towel, but this is just better. Okay, so get yourself a ball. Remy, you ready to work your abs? He's ready, let's go. I'm gonna get back to doing really hard workouts soon. This might be a little more calm for some of y'all. So we're gonna start all the way down, no equipment for now, flat on your mat, and we're just gonna activate your transverse abdominis. So here's a little abdominal kegel, right? So hands onto your belly. I want you to contract your abdominals only to pull in and almost flatten your back. I don't want you to smash it too much, and then release. I want you to take a few more of those. Contract and release. And I'm gonna go ahead and Try to really dig around in there, contract and release. I want to feel everything coming in and down, almost like my belly button is like a little toilet, and I'm flushing everything in and down. If you can coordinate that with an exhale, even better. So keep going. Exhale, tighten and release. Exhale, tighten and release. I already get a few little shakes there. Be careful that you're not just clenching your butt and tucking your hips. I see that a lot. So just your abs and release. Another good visual from this, keep going with me, is to tuck your pelvis or think of tipping your pelvis backwards like a bowl. Tilt and release. Just using those abs, and you should feel them firm up underneath your fingertips. Tilt and release. Now we're gonna tilt, hold, and we're gonna lift one leg at a time. Lift your right leg and down. Lift your left leg and down. Now I can do this with my hip flexors. See how my abs are completely disengaged? So I want you to pull and release. Keep feeling, pull and release. Exhale and release. It's almost like your legs have no muscles in them whatsoever. Now lift your right leg, lift your left to join. Woo. Drop your right leg, drop your left leg. Again, right leg lift, left leg joins, right drops. Start with your left. Left leg lifts, right leg joins, left drops, right drops, left lifts, right lifts, left and right. Now both feet are gonna go up, but I'm gonna do this tight. So I'm gonna start with a heel lift and down. Because I'm really pulling into my abs, I wonder if you can see it shake on camera. Pull and release. What I'm trying to avoid is this little cone right here. So I'm thinking about pulling in and down and release. So for me, that's just lifting my heels. If you can go all the way to tabletop, that would be awesome. And you're just gonna continue with that. We're gonna do 4 more. Exhale, pull and release. This deep abdominal work is really clutch, or it's really important to think about visualizing with every movement. That's really gonna get you there. Okay, so hold, lift those legs up to the tabletop, zip everything in and grab your ball if you have one, or a pillow. Or you can even just press into your knees, actually I like. Okay, so I'm gonna take my ball on top of my thighs, I'm gonna zip everything together, and I'm gonna essentially just add a level onto what we just did. So I'm gonna press into the ball, tighten my core, suck it in and press it down. Exhale, tighten and press and release. Exhale, tighten and press and release. Release. I'm visualizing pulling in like my top 2 six-pack abs are slamming shut like elevator doors. Exhale and release. 2 more. Exhale, release and exhale. A little faster. Exhale, exhale. Try not to activate the hip flexors too much. It's just in the abs, that little flattening. Keep going. 10, 9. Push into the ball if you have one. 8, 7. You can also just press into your thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now my hip flexors are a little cranky after that, so I'm gonna just shake them out. Next, we're kind of doing that same exact thing, sorry for the repetition. I'm gonna take the tailbone on top of the ball. I'm gonna roll my shirt down so you don't see my rolls. And we're gonna kind of try this with some instability. So hands down or around the ball. I want you to take that same tuck. Actually, I'm gonna drop my feet. We're gonna take that same tuck. Exhale and release. Now, I feel like this is so much easier, to be honest, because I have farther to go. Exhale and release. We've elevated the tailbone so that that posterior pelvic tilt can really come into play. Exhale and release. You should be able to feel your low abs by now. I hope you do. Exhale, tuck and release. Let's go a little faster. Exhale. Make sure your butt is released. Exhale. Exhale. Same exact thing. Okay? So, exhale, hold that, lift the right leg, just little marches and down. Exhale, left and down. Right, so this is quite challenging for me. If you're really feeling like this is a walk in the park, that doesn't mean that your abs are really good. That probably means that you're doing it wrong. Lift and lower. This is really challenging, even if you're in a ton of great shape in your core. Because you're working your core differently. And that's really important to do to get well rounded. So let's go right, left again. So right, lift left, drop right, drop left, right, left, right. Let's do 4 on each leg. Right, left, right, left, same right, right, left. Start with your other leg now. So lift the left, right, left, right. I'm just gonna keep that hand on my core, so I'm always checking. I don't want that to split and start to lift. Up and down, and down. One more. Up, down, down. Now if you're feeling strong, I want you to lift both legs up to tabletop. I'm just gonna tuck those abs in and lift my heels to start, and down. Exhale, lift, and down. Exhale. I'm visualizing tension coming into that center line of connective tissue, pulling my rectus abdominis together, and then drawing my transverse in and down. Ooh, I got to my toes that time. Up and down. Can I lift all the way? Lift, let's do 2 more. Stay with me wherever you're at. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Okay, legs straight up. I like a micro bend in my knees, like a little 3/4 leg. We're gonna take a little reverse curl now. Very similar movement. I'm sorry if you're bored, it's really good for your low abs. And low abs are hard to target, you know they are, so stick with me. Hands to the floor. Let's try to lift those toes up to the ceiling. Lift and release. Oh! Lift and release. It's so funny to do a movement that I used to be pretty good at, or feel strong at, and now is like so hard. Lift and release. Lift, exhale. Okay, let's do about 10 more. 10, exhale, 9. Again, I'm keeping my knees a little bit bent so that I don't over-activate my quads and dip my feet towards my face. You wanna go straight up to the ceiling. Lift, and lift. We have 2 more. 2, 1, and release. Okay, pop your tailbone off your ball. Set your ball to the side. We're going back to those little reverse curls, but now we're flat. So this is what I want you to do every time you do a reverse curl, okay? So maybe you've done these before in a workout. They're very common. Go ahead and start with me. Lift, lower. I want you to look at your toes and see where they intersect with whatever's on the ceiling right there. If you see your toes flailing around and moving around, you're doing it wrong. So you have to lift just a smidge. Try to keep those toes relatively close to that same point on the ceiling, and you're just curling that tailbone up, and that's actually doing it right, even if it feels a little sad. You're gonna lift and twist your hips now. Lift, twist, lift, twist, lift, twist. So I'm still anchoring into my lumbar spine, lifting the tailbone, and then using the obliques to rotate my torso and my pelvis. Lift, twist. Again, my knees are a little soft. I feel like I have a little mermaid tail here. Lift, twist, lift, twist. A few more. Now we're gonna just speed this up and try to do a little burn through that waistline, okay? Lift, twist, lift, twist. Keep the integration of your mind to muscle connection into those low abs. 9 more. 8, 7, 6, twist, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, not a crazy burn, but you might be like, wow, I've never really felt those muscles before. I hope you're feeling that. All right, so we're gonna keep that. We're gonna start adding just the teeniest bit of flexion in. Now, if you are like 4 weeks postpartum and you're starting to do some little bit of core work, maybe just skip the flexion. Don't do this yet. I'm just starting to add a little bit of this in. So I'm gonna take hands behind the head, and I'm gonna keep this so small. In fact, I've gotta roll my shirt against my because that, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little hump, and I don't want that to be in there. Okay, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that the whole time. All right, I'm gonna curl up just about an inch. Exhale, lift. And then I'm gonna bring back the top through my pelvis, pulling in. You see that? So we're attacking the abs from both directions. And down, and that's my crunch for today. Exhale. Lift and flatten. Oh, I'm shaking. And down. Exhale. Lift, tuck, down. Exhale. Lift, tuck, down. And I can't quite mentally get a handle on what's happening here yet. I'm not always aware of when my abs are staying flat. So I have to really keep a hand on those abs. Lift, tuck, and release. Lift, tuck. Okay, we're gonna take those a little faster. Lift. Don't forget about the little posterior tuck in your pelvis. That's so important. Lift, tuck. Again, everything's coming in and down and flushing down the little, I want to say something other than a toilet. A well, a drain. The drain that is your belly button. Lift, tuck. Lift, tuck. Okay, we're gonna add some legs on the equation. Lift your right leg, little march, and down. Now mine is super tiny. Your abs are strong, and you didn't have anything going on with them. Lift up to tabletop. All the way up there, get that leg all the way up and down. Actually, that wasn't so bad. All right, I'm gonna go a little bigger. Lift, lower, exhale. Again, my flexion is really small, okay? So don't attack me for teaching a little bit of flexion postpartum. It's just this tiniest little bit. The only reason I'm trying to start to incorporate the flexion now is because we use it in our everyday life and I wanna do it properly. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, we're done with that. Roll it. Oh, hi, baby girl. Oh, she woke up for like 5 seconds. Okay, so grab your ball. If you don't have a ball, a pillow, or a towel is fine. Everybody's just sleeping around here. And we're gonna take it behind the back. Now this is crucial because it allows us to get really concave through the center and the belly. Okay, so hands behind the thighs. This in bar is what we call the C curve position. So you want to be kind of like the letter C. We're going back to that dang tuck. That, I don't like the word tuck in this scenario. Tilt of the pelvis. So abs come in. We're going to exhale. Pull in and release. I hope you can see this. My hands are not in the way. In and release. Oh. Lift, flat, and release. Again, butt check. It's got to be solid. Flat, and release. You got to make those abs work. Exhale, and release. I'm pushing my feet a little bit into the floor, and my lumbar curve into the ball. Release, exhale. A little faster. Exhale, pull, and pull. If you're not used to a movement like this, you're creating a neuromuscular pathway between your brain and those muscles so that you can tell them to turn on next time. Let's do 7 more. 7, 6. Make sure you're not squeezing your bum, just your abs. 4, 3, flat, 2, 1. Now, keep that tuck, that flat tilt. We're gonna take a little lift and a little lower. Little lift and lower. Frog in my throat, little lift, and lower. Now this isn't, I wouldn't necessarily consider this a lot of flexion because it's still pulling in and down, super tight. Now if your abs are healthy, take those arms all the way off and start a little curl like this. I'm gonna keep my fingers right where they are because I don't trust my abs not to come. Little lift, a little lower. We're gonna do that same march, right leg, up and down. I'm gonna do kind of like a modified version of what I taught in class last week. And lower, because it felt really good on my body, so I wanted to share that. And down. All right, pick a leg. I'm gonna do my right leg first. Okay, I'm gonna keep it at 90. I'm gonna take it in and in. I'm always gonna keep one hand on a leg. So I'm gonna maybe focus on that back leg so you can see this one. I'm gonna take that knee in and out. In and extend. In and extend. Watch on the extension that your abs don't start to pooch out. That's super common. In and extend. You want them to be flat in flexion and extension, right? In and out and in. Keep your legs straight. We're going to take a little lift here from your abs. Little lift, lower. You see that shake? Little lift, lower. Flatten your belly button. Push it in. Lift, lower, lift. If you're feeling strong, arms release, reaching forward. 8, 7, 6. I'm turned out here so I don't get that hip flexor going. 4, 3, 2. We're back to tabletop. This time switch hands. So I'm going to take this hand, the opposite hand behind my head. I'm going to take opposite elbow to opposite knee and I twist over and open. Over. So this is a lot of twists. Don't even think about flexing forward. You're rotating and twisting over the top. Now where I start to cone a little bit, or I can feel the tendency to, is on the release. That's where I let go of that up. So keep them tight. Twist and open. And of course, if you're feeling healthy here, elbows, or sorry, both hands behind the head. In and out. Twist. It's like you're bringing all the water out of a washcloth. Let's pulse it out. Give me 10, 10, 9, 8, 7. Pull it in. 6 together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. I need a little break from my hip flexors. Holy moly. Okay, other side. Back from the beginning-ish. We'll do an expedited version of those little tucks. Exhale, tilt, little curl up and down. Up. Again, hands up if you want to challenge. Let's start now with the other leg. So I'm going to do my left leg and down. Right leg, down. Hands off the legs if you want that challenge. Lift and lower. Try not to use your thighs or your hip flexors. Even the low abdominals here can have a part in lifting the leg. Now stay with this side. Okay, so I'm going to take my hand both on my lower leg. We're going to take it in and extend out. Take it in and out. I'm not even going to go that far. Out, in, out. The second I feel anything softening or separating, I'm going to take it less. In, out, in, keep it long. Lift, lower, lift, lower. So I could do this, right, but I'm using my leg. So I want you to flatten. And maybe your leg lifts as a result of your abs sinking so deep, but these muscles are not your prime movers, your abs are. I'm sweating. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend again to tabletop. Switch hands. Other hand behind the head. Flatten those abs. We're going to take a twist and open. Open. So I feel like this muscle is coming all the way across to my hip bone. Cross and open. Exhale. If you're feeling good, hands behind the head for an extra challenge, but only if you can keep your back really concave and into the ball. I think we need 4 more. 4. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Back to table, or sorry, home base. We're gonna finish it out here. Exhale, flatten, flex, and shift those legs out a little bit longer, okay? We're just going back to this tuck, tilt, and release. Tuck, tilt, and release. Exhale. And release. And release. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Little pulses. 16, 15, 14, 13. I'm tucking and tilting my pelvis. Yes, my little tiny bounce forward. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah! Alright, I think we should do some obliques. I know this is going a little longer than I planned, but I'm feeling the need for obliques in my life. First, I need to hydrate. I always wanted to do that. Okay, come down on a side, either side. Obliques are always safe to do in pregnancy, and I think this move is really safe to do post-pregnancy too. Just watch that you're not coning and you're pulling. Okay, we're gonna do a little side plank action. I'm gonna keep the bottom knee down for now and this top hand pressed, okay? Start lifting and lower. It just feels nice. I love a top hand to press down. Watch that your shoulder doesn't get crazy and funky here. Little lift and lower. So I'm able to press with both hands, almost like I'm doing a really weird plank position, and it feels nice. Little pulses up. Press, up and down, push. Okay, if you're feeling super strong, take that bottom foot all the way out to the top one. It's actually not too bad, so I'm gonna stay there. Press, press, press. All right, we're gonna lift and hold. Really push your hands into the floor. Lift, hold, and lift, hold. Oh, my elbow. Lift, hold, and lift, hold. You guys have got the shakes. Lift, hold. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna drop my knee back to that little press. Take your arm overhead. Hold, find a little balance. Oh, I gotta keep my knee down. Little rotations and we'll switch. Down and up. Exhale. Up. Now this is another position you have to really be careful of if your abs have gone awry. Keep it tight. Again, reining that air or that moisture out of a washcloth. 1 little hold to the finish. 10 counts. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. I feel like this would not have been hard 10 months ago, but now it's really hard. Okay, other side, and we're done. We're moving on. Okay, bottom leg down, top hand placed. Find that position that feels good in your shoulder. Press and drop. Press. Play with how much of this hand you want to use. I feel a little more of the top obliques and those serratus anterior muscles, those like finger-like rib muscles that come across. I feel that activate with that. Little press, press. So here's where you're gonna sneak that leg out. 8 more. 8, 7, 6. Now these suck. We got those 8 slow ones. Up 1. Up 2. Hold. Up 3. Make sure your neck is aligned with your spine. 5. Exhale. 6. 7. 8. Back to that little pulse. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that knee. Hold. Take that top arm into your rotation. Last thing. Exhale. Rotate and up. Ooh, my back is tight on this side. Exhale. Up. 6. Make sure you're breathing. 4 more. 4. Up. 3. 2. All right, 10 count hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Woo! Okay, so there's our little ab workout for this week. I hope you enjoyed that. And I'm trying to do that every day, something like that. And I think it's helping. I really do. I'm not like losing 30 pounds right away, but tighten, 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 pull, pull, pull. You gotta build like an internal waist trainer within your own body. It's effective. So see you next week for another workout. Otherwise, if you wanna keep watching, I'm gonna kind of play some stuff from the rest of my week, meal prep, update, etc. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, I just want to show you what I'm making this week. It's super simple, but this is how I started meal prepping, so I thought it might be of value to somebody. If you're doing a basic one, I think of 3 things to hit. It's just protein, carbs, and vegetables, and then there are endless combinations of those 3. Just fed this little baby girl. I don't know if you can see her for the camera. Hello. So I want to show you what I made and I'm making right now. Currently, I have some chicken in the crock pot. You know what? I've taken to only cooking chicken in the crock pot because it's really easy. This is just 4 chicken breasts. I just have it in on low and I'll cook it for a little while. I don't even prep the chicken beforehand, which I know is sketchy, but there are a few things I hate more in life other than cutting up raw chicken or like trimming raw chicken. That, cleaning the microwave, and vacuuming stairs. Worst duties ever. So chicken's going. I'm about to finish cooking this, or start cooking. This is just ground beef. I had some frozen ground beef. That's thawing right there. My beautiful kitchen sink. I've got rice going in the rice cooker, just white rice. That's mostly for Dan, but I might have a little bit. I've got asparagus, some chicken sausages. Now, those are probably not the cleanest thing. The ingredients, there's only like 5 ingredients in there, which is good, but the second ingredient is sugar. So it's like chicken and sugar. At least it's organic sugar. So we've got that, and this is cauliflower rice. I'll probably have that. Dan doesn't really love cauliflower rice. Quinoa, and then this is some more veggies. This is just green beans and mushrooms, and I put liquid aminos on it. I season it, like everything with liquid aminos. It's so good because I like everything salty. So I'm gonna assemble that. I got ground beef to cook, and that's probably the last thing, and then I'll put those together and show you the finished product. So here's the final product. I made some little snack things too, vegetables and eggs and cheese for Dan. But I just mixed and matched like all the different stuff. So one has quinoa and, nope, this is cauliflower rice, ground beef, you know, chicken sausage, asparagus. I just kind of mixed and matched. That's a mustard, in case you're wondering. So yeah, that's my little setup for this week. We've got some hummus and cuties and all that stuff. Can you hear Zoe crying in the background? She's up there with Dan. Aw. So yeah, simple meal prep, week 3.